The bass thumped through the crowded dance club, a pulsing heartbeat that drew bodies to the floor. Randy wove through the throng, his eyes scanning for Sarah. Every Wednesday, this place was his haven, a swirl of music, laughter, and fleeting connections. But Sarah was different. Her confident sway, the way her hips caught the rhythm like it was hers alone, pulled him in. She danced with everyone, as was the custom, but when their eyes met across the singles table, it felt like a secret only they shared. He spotted her at the bar, her hair catching the neon glow as she ordered a drink. Randy's pulse quickened. He broke into a jog, dodging elbows and spinning couples, reaching her just as she pulled out her card. "I got this," he said, flashing a grin as he slid a 20 to the bartender. Sarah raised an eyebrow but didn't protest, a rare concession. She usually brushed off offers from men, but Randy had slipped past her guard weeks ago, buying her drinks and trading flirty banter that left her smiling. They danced that night, her body moving in sync with his, the crowd blurring around them. At the singles table later, surrounded by the usual mix of hopefuls, Randy leaned close. "Sarah, I've been meaning to tell you something," he said, his voice low, almost drowned by the music. "It's my ex. She keeps texting, stirring up old feelings. I want to move on. God, I want to ask you out, but I need to be fair to her, to you. I need to end things clean. You know? So you'd trust me, if we ever..." He trailed off, his eyes searching hers. Sarah's expression softened, her lips parting slightly. "That's honest of you, Randy. I get it. Trust matters." She squeezed his hand, a small gesture that sent a thrill through him. He'd done it, cracked open a piece of himself, just enough to make her feel special, chosen. Weeks passed, and Randy's strategy deepened. He'd catch Sarah's eye after every dance, making sure she saw him turn down other women with a polite smile. One night, a bold redhead draped herself over him, giggling and tugging at his shirt. Randy extricated himself, his gaze darting to Sarah across the room. He crossed to her, ignoring the redhead's pout. "That wasn't what it looked like," he said quickly. "I'm not into her. I want you to know where I stand." Sarah laughed, but her eyes lingered on him, warm and curious. "You're something else, Randy. Always making sure I know you're one of the good ones." He grinned, heart pounding. She was falling for it. For him, the vulnerability, the confessions about his ex, the way he made her feel like the only woman in the room. It was working. But Sarah wasn't naive. She'd danced this dance before, with men who spun stories as smoothly as they spun her on the floor. One night, as they sat at the singles table, Randy launched into another tale about his ex, his voice heavy with practiced sincerity. Sarah tilted her head, her smile fading. "Randy," she said, cutting him off, "you talk about her a lot, but I've seen you check your phone when you think I'm not looking. No calls, no texts, just you, waiting for me to bite." His stomach dropped. "What?" "No, Sarah, it's real. I'm trying to be upfront." "Upfront?" She leaned closer, her voice steady but sharp. "Or are you playing me, dropping just enough honesty to keep me hooked, while you run to buy my drinks and fend off other women like I'm some prize to be won?" Her eyes searched his, not soft this time, but piercing. "I've been here before. Guys like you think vulnerability is a script, but I'm not your audience." Randy opened his mouth, but no words came. The music pulsed on, but the air between them had shifted. Sarah stood, brushing her hair back with a cool smile. "You're a good dancer, Randy. Stick to that." She turned, joining a new partner on the floor, her laughter floating back to him. He watched her go, the singles table suddenly too loud, too crowded. His charm, his carefully crafted glimpses, had unraveled. Sarah hadn't just caught on, she'd seen through him, and as she spun away, radiant and untouchable, Randy realized he'd lost more than a dance.